Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. I'm not 100% sure I understand what they're trying to do because some of these circles are smaller or bigger. But they did send me this file and gave me some information. And I'm just going to kind of start from scratch. I've done it several different ways. And this one might be the best one. Of course, a couple of them are still touching, but if you look, the symmetry is kind of the same. So what we're going to do, I'm going to steal a circle from his, and it is 0.6 millimeters. I'm going to take, well, let's just look at his file. If we take the parallel dimension tool, it's, and you can always change this to make a smaller arrow, 0.9 millimeters apart. And the other is 0.6. So to get them close, they need to be 0.12 apart. So we're just going to do that. We're going to take this one. Well, I'm going to ungroup it. Well, group of 6 objects. I'm going to ungroup it. I'm going to take this one, and let me get it out of the way a little bit. So that's 12 millimeters apart. Let's go 15, and let's go ahead and go to Object and Contour. No, excuse me, go to Effects and Contour 1.6 to the inside with rounded corners. Just see how that kind of looks. Now it's going to be a little bit off because of the fact that you're trying to work with this. Really, this way would be to go to the outside, but we're not going to go there. So I'm going to put 4 copies of it. And you can see they progressively get a little worse with sharp corners. So that's kind of the problem. And so let's take this and go up to Object and break the contour apart. And let's just delete that inner one. Whoop. That's still a group. So go group, ungroup. Let's just delete that middle one. And let's nudge that one over twice, nudge that one over 3 times, and we'll go ahead and nudge that over 4 times so there'll be equal distance. Now, there are a curve already, so we can go up to Windows, Dockers, and Properties, and that curve right there is 94. Well, it's actually changed from what I had before, so we're just going to do that. That curve is 94.5. So we're going to go 94.5. And then on this one, we're going to go and get the curve, and it is 80. We'll call it 86.5. Let me separate these a little bit. This one is 78.5. I normally wouldn't do this. I would just write them down on a piece of paper, but I'm doing this for your benefit. And that's at 69.5. We ended up pretty good with a, I'm rounding up. So now we're going to take his ellipse. There's 2 ways to do this, but I think blend is going to be the best. So we need another copy of that. And for the one I'm doing it for, I change your nudge distance 0, 0. And then I'm just going to start moving it down, and we hit the shift key. I'm going to make a bunch of copies. Or not the shift key, the space bar. So this is 94.5. So we're going to take these 2. Well, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to break these corners apart. I'm going to get rid of that extra node, and I'm going to right click on that node, and I'm going to break it apart. That way, this is 2 different lines. So when we go to our path, it will have a starting and stopping point. So I'm just clicking on that corner node. And there's really no perfect way to do this, to make it perfect. But we're going to take both those nodes, go to effects and blend, and we need them to be 1.6 apart. So if we take out a calculator and go 94.5 divided by 1.2, we need 79, okay? We're rounding up. So, but we've already got 2, so we need 77. And I'm going to hit apply. Then I'm going to go blend to full path or new path and put it on that path, and then blend along full path. And what that did, that put a node on that very first corner. Now I'm going to get this one, and we're 86.5 divided by 1.2. That's the spacing between us. So 72. So we need 70, because the reason we need 70 is we've already got 2. And then hit on there and click on that, blend on to new path, put on that path, blend along full path. And then I would just kind of look at it. See, we're on the corners. That's about as good as you can get. So this is 78.5 divided by 1.2. We need, I'm going to just go with 65. So we need to blend them at 63, because whenever Corel says copies, or it's going to make 65 total, because we've already got 2. Blend along full path. And if we didn't break that node apart, it would still work, but it wouldn't have a starting and stopping point. Now you can see we're a little bit off on this one. We're not on the corner. You can manually move stuff around, but let's just don't go there. So let's go 69.5 divided by 1.2, 58, so we need 57. So I'm going to blend these 57 times. I don't know of a perfect way to do this. And I've tried object to path, and I get the same result. Let's look at it a little closer. See, we're off a little bit, because it's doing what I'm telling it to do. Now let's take all of those, go to object and break the 16 objects apart. And I'm going to take this shape and I'm going to nudge it over a couple of times. That's our path. And you'll be able to tell it that you have your path. Okay, now group these together and making sure you just get the one group, and not anything else, like you wouldn't want to get part of the next one. So I'm grouping, Control G and Control G. Now let's nudge that over, nudge this one over, and nudge this one over. That's about as good as you're going to get it. I mean, that's really a lot better than I would have thought it would have done. And then if we take his outline, well, that's the numbers. There was actually a larger one, but it don't matter. That's about the only way I know how to do it. Now, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what he had. Now, he went further in, and the further you go in, the more problems you're going to have. The only thing I can maybe suggest to him is, well, let's do that. Let's take this one right here. And see, it doesn't have very little flat edge. So start with the smallest one and go to effects and contour to the outside at 0.4. Nah, you're too rounded. Let's go square corners. Yeah, but we might be, now we're too sharp. So maybe just do it the way I did it with the contour. And that's really pretty close. I mean, if you look at it, it is almost, these are almost straight across, and this is a little bit of a jig. It's just because of the way you do it. I mean, object to path doesn't really work any better. Let's close these down. And you can try it. So have your object selected, pick your path, go up to object and object to path. And I don't know which one this is on, what measurement, and then just hit apply. And you can try it, but you're not going to get, and it actually takes longer because Corel's having to figure that out. But see, now you're not even on your corners. And I might have the one that needs more or less. Now, there is one other thing that is cool, and this is this right here. And this is a macro, and I've got plenty of videos on it. It's circles on a curve. If you want to just type in circles on a curve on my magnifying glass, or my search of just my channel, or really circles in a curve will bring up, this is a deal by Eskimo that works pretty well on a circle. It just doesn't work on this any better. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.